Let's get it.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone doing today? Today is Wednesday, August 21st. We are almost done with the month of August. Can you believe that? Wednesday, August 21st, 2024. This is the Coffee and Kata morning show. We're going to review some news stories. I have my cup of coffee right here. Sometimes I forget. Have my cup of coffee right here. And we're going to start working on building out this new feature that your car requested so that we can more accurately calculate the value of our time. And then we can also use that. We can also use that to give quotes and stuff like that. So I think that's going to be another feature that we're going to add. Taking the calculated value of our time and then using that to give a pricing model so that we can, that's in the future. This is the morning show, and I am Tech Coach Ralph, where we're engineered to win. So, quick announcements before we get into the news. I have scheduled the premiere for our DevOps engineering role. Like, we're going to be reviewing, like, is that a good role for me or for you? Yeah, for you. Yep. Is being a DevOps engineer the right role for you? If it's still needed, how much do they get paid? All this good stuff. So you definitely want to check that out. Coming out at noon today. We're going to be going live tomorrow. Going to be continuing working on Jenkins, all of that good stuff. So you definitely want to tune in. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. Watch us learn. Come and learn with us. You can use the time to study whatever you're studying. Whatever the case, I'm here to serve you. All right. Also, if you haven't done so already, go to techcoachralph.dev, sign up for free. You can get access to our sprint reviews. Going to be uploading another one this coming weekend, either Sunday morning or Monday morning. We'll figure that out. And tons of content over there. You can also join the coaching group, get one-on-one coaching. So many different things that we're working on. So you definitely want to check that out. That's techcoachralph.dev. All right. With that being said, we are going to get into our news for today. So let's do it. So the very first news story of the day. Do you guys remember? I remember this vividly. I was on the so it was during the Talk That Tech show with Tech Niche Tips that they had brought up like the non-compete ban, and I'm like, I don't know about that, because I personally don't like the government getting involved in the affairs between two parties. So if someone wants to sign a non-compete ban, then I'm like, hey, let them. Like, it's if you're not with it, then don't do it, right? No one can force you to do anything. So let's see what is going on over here. So this says this article. Let's start up a timer. Let me see. I still need to set up. I'll do it after the show, but let me start up a timer real quick. Let's go to. Let's do that. All right, cool. So we have so the first article for today: federal judge halts non-compete ban. A federal judge in Texas has blocked a proposed rule by the Federal Trade Commission that sought to ban non-compete agreements. the rule. So this is the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, which I also believe that it's in that they're looking to also enforce the price bans or the price control for the alleged price gouging happening by grocery stores and stuff like that, right? So a federal judge in Texas has blocked a proposed rule by the Federal Trade Commission that sought to ban non-compete agreements. The rule, which was set to take effect September 4th, would have banned agreements that prevent workers from taking jobs with rival employers or starting their own competing ventures for a certain period of time. The judge ruled that the FTC does not have the authority to implement such bans, saying the rule is unreasonably overbroad without a reasonable explanation. It would have affected about 30 million Americans, the FTC said, right? So, like I just said, right? I'm not really I don't like this because I don't like the non-compete ban. I know some people are highly in favor of it. I don't like the ban of non-compete because at any point, like, you can have somebody who, like, let's say you bring somebody on to build an idea that you had, some type of intellectual property, and now they're, I'm just leaving it. I'm gonna build it myself, and you get all these spinoffs. So, or you go to a competitor with some knowledge that you've gained from this one company, so you can kind of hold the company hostage, So I was never really in favor of it, but let's read this. Let's read this real quick, right? So this is G. Brent Ryan, chairman and CEO at Ryan. It says, "We are grateful that our lawsuit has successfully struck down the FTC's sweeping ban on non-competes, as we believe the ban would jeopardize business owners' ability to protect their intellectual property." Like I just said that, right? And employees would be negatively impacted by less investment in their training and skill development. Yeah, like, I mean, if you could just take up and leave after I have trained you to get more skills in order to make my company successful and profitable, and you're just gonna leave, go to a competitor or go build your own. I'm like, okay, you train yourself. That's what I would do, right? That's what I would do. So the continuing overreach and overregulation from the federal government jeopardize America's economic liberty and diminishes opportunity our country provides for us all, or for all of us. We're happy to be. We're happy we were able to successfully stop the overreach in this instance. I am with this person in this case, right? So, and when you think about it as well, at any given moment, right? The FTC, like, they can go and the proposed economic policy of the FTC is going to be responsible for the pricing of every single product on our grocery shelves. This one is priced too high. Are they going to say if something is priced too low? I don't know, right? So it's a little shady. I am in agreement with the federal judge blocking this proposed rule by the FTC, and that's the good thing about the checks and balances. But remember, there has been proposals to just arbitrarily change the whole dynamic of the Supreme Court, to stack the Supreme Court with a bunch of justices. So if this case was to get what's the word I'm looking for? To get appealed, and it gets to the Supreme Court, now with this new proposal, it would just be a total chaos, right? It would be total chaos, right? So that's it for this one. The federal judge halts the non-compete bans. So we'll keep an eye on that. We will definitely keep an eye on that. Let's jump into our next news topic of the day. So this one is a perfect candidate for Saturday morning. This is the payrolls likely to be revised lower. You know how we say the men lie, the women lie, but the numbers manipulate. Payrolls are going to be revised likely lower. And to be honest, President Donald Trump yesterday he had a, I don't know, it wasn't really a rally. It was like he was speaking to people in Michigan, right? Let's put it like that. And he mentioned that the numbers
back to work, chop, let's go. Come on, get a move on. Back to work.
I am going to put another 5 minutes on the clock so that we can continue talking about this. Let's go to that happened. Hold on one second. Timer's running. Hold on. What do I got going on over here? Oh, okay. Let's do that. Okay, let's put up another timer. All right. So, payroll is likely to be revised lower. And is the U.S. labor market even as strong as it appears? A sizable downward revision to payroll numbers in the year through March, expected Wednesday in a report by the Bureau of Labor Statistics, could suggest that the labor market has been cooling for longer than thought. It could also color remarks by Fed Reserve Chair Jerome Powell Friday in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, where he'll likely address the bank's dual mandate of promoting price stability and full employment, as well as future interest rate decisions. Wednesday's report is forecast by banks including JP Morgan and Goldman to show anywhere between 360,000 to 600,000 fewer payrolls for the year through March than initially reported. That is crazy, right? Because so have the numbers been manipulated? We will go over this in depth on Saturday morning on the Men Lie, Women Lie Numbers Manipulate show, where we review the weekly economic numbers. But this is massive. This is massive because if unemployment report just came out, I think it was last week or so, or maybe 2 weeks ago, and it says that unemployment has risen up to 4.3%. But now we get this massive adjustment. What is the unemployment actually at? So we shall see, right? And good morning to you, endless learner. How are you doing this wonderful, wonderful Wednesday, the middle of the week? Hopefully you are having an amazing day, an amazing morning, right? All right, let's get to our last news article of, let me see this real quick. Let's read this real quick before we move on. It says, as we anticipate the upcoming payroll revision report, it's essential to consider the broader implications for the tech industry and economy at large. If the downward revision is significant, it might suggest that the economic landscape has been more challenging than previously thought, as previously promoted, because guess what? This is, from what I've heard, but I have not seen. I have heard it, but I have not seen it. This is the best economy ever in American history. That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. Can't say I've seen it for myself, but that's what I've heard. All right. So let's see. So it says, for software developers and tech companies, this could mean a shift in how businesses approach hiring and investment in technology. Companies may become more cautious, prioritizing efficiency and cost-saving measures, potentially slowing down the rapid growth we've seen in the tech sector. And I kind of seen a cool down in the tech sector as well. You know, I think the pandemic promoted a lot of these tech jobs. On the flip side, a cooling labor market might also drive innovation as companies look to automate processes and leverage technology to maintain productivity with fewer resources. This could lead to increased demand for developers with expertise in automation, AI, and cloud computing. As we await the Federal Reserve's response, particularly in terms of interest rates, it's clear that staying adaptable and continually upskilling will be crucial in navigating the evolving market dynamics, right? I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen, but it could be a little crazy. So we have to be aware of that. All right. So let's get to our last article of the morning. Banks grapple with X deal fallout. What's going on with X? What's going on with X and Mr. Elon Musk? All right, so it's the worst merger finance deal for banks since the 2008-2009 financial crisis, the Wall Street Journal declares. Elon Musk borrowed $13 billion to buy Twitter, now X, but 2 years later, the 7 banks involved in the deal are still struggling to offload the debt, thanks to X's own financial struggles. The loans are hung or stuck on the bank's balance sheet and causing all kinds of ripple effects, hurting their profits and even pay for Barclays' merger department, the journal says, citing anonymous sources. Plus, holding such high-risk loans can draw unwanted attention from regulators. That is true. The loans aren't helping X's precarious financial position either. Musk has said the annual interest payments on them total about $1.5 billion. I wonder what the interest rate is. Right? And another headache for the billionaire entrepreneur. X is being sued by a Taiwanese tech firm that alleges the company failed to pay for about $120 million worth of server parts as well. Whew, that is tough. But hopefully Twitter or X and Mr. Elon Musk are able to figure this out and navigate their way out of this. But with that being said, we are done with our news for this morning. Let's go back to full screen. Alrighty. So, and this learner says, I'm having a good start to the day. Hopefully you are as well. I am having a great start. I've been up since like 4:30, 4:45. Answering some emails, getting a little bit more prepared for the show. A lot of things happening, but it's like it says on the hoodie, right? Like it says on the hoodie, there are no days off. Endless learner. I hear you. Let's get it. All right. So what we're going to do now is, let me see. How can I get this? Let me think. How can I do this? Let's go to, let me see. I'm going to find it. So I want to mock this up real quick. I am not the best designer, graphic designer that is, but I will see what I can do with this. Let's go to here. And let me see if I can find these pictures. So these screenshots. Let's see. Let's see what we can do here. Move this here for now. Let me see if I can find the screenshots of the app so I can mess around with it a little bit. We're here. We are. There we go. Screenshots. All right, cool. So let's go to, let me just open them all. These screenshots are kind of old, but I can still use it for the mockup, right? So let's go to this screen over here. All right, so this is Affinity Photo, and I'm gonna use that to and these screenshots are kind of old. Let me see if I can find an updated screenshot. Let's go to, and let's see. Oh, even their screenshots, even the screenshot that I have to update my Google screenshots actually. All right, so we'll just use these for now. We know that the app looks a little different. We have this one. We want to update. Where's the, don't tell me I have a screenshot of the one that I want to update. Okay, so let me check on the other side. We got Mitch in the building. What's going on, Mitch? How is it going? Good morning. Shout out to Mitch. He says, did you see your boy performing last night? Who are you talking about? Who is my boy, Mitch? Who are you talking? Let me know who you're talking about, and I will address that accordingly. All right. Let me see. Let me find a screenshot. Let's go to the Apple App Store. Let's see here. Okay, so we'll use the screenshot right here. So copy image. Let's go here. Let's just do that right there. Oops. The heck? Do this one. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, there we go. So, and Mitch says, Lil Jon. Lil Jon, are you serious? Where was Little John performing at? Where was this, Mitch? Where was this? Marketing to your people. Where was this? I don't know, Mitch. Where did this happen? I am totally out of the loop, right? I am totally out of the loop. All right, so let's update this real quick. Let me zoom in a bit on here. So we want to update this, right? So the request was to split this so we can have an hours field and a numbers field. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to first, I'm just going to like put this as, let's just take this off altogether. And if I had to give it a color, why is the color not taking? Okay, so we got that. And now, are you serious? Lil Jon? You got it. Mitch, are you gaslighting me, Mitch? Like Lil Jon at the DNC? Jesus Christ. What was he talking about? What was he talking? Oh my goodness. Yeah, it really it's I don't know. Let's put it like this. Who you present in front of an audience shows you what you really think about that audience. How about that? How about that, Mitch? Who you present in front of an audience shows you what you really think about that audience. How about them bars? It is sick, Mitch. It is totally sick. That's yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Right? You see that too? You see that too, Endless Learner? Like Lil Jon? I mean, to be fair, we saw what happened in Atlanta, right? We saw that, so it's interesting. Mitch, question for you. Did you see the young lady Michaela Montgomery on what's the name of that show? On C-SPAN. I think it was C-SPAN, when she was taking the call, she was taking calls from people and stuff like that. That was a pretty interesting episode. All right, so we're gonna go here and we're going to say the rounded rectangle, and let's just drop 1 4. And we'll give it a stroke of 1. This is just a rough, oh, where did you go? Oh, you look it up, Mitch. They had some feisty callers over there. There were some feisty callers over there. This one person called her what was Samuel L. Jackson's character in Django? This one caller, which is definitely not does not share your complexion. said that she was the Samuel L. Jackson character from Django. Yeah. So how you like that? Oh! Stop the show! Stop the show! We got Rod Brown in the building. Says no need to fear. Tech Daddy is here. Bars, bars. Yeah, y'all remember Dylon from making the five, the Dave Chappelle one. I rip and I rhyme and I rip. Oh, Mitch, who's the best five rappers of all time, man? Oh my goodness. All right, let's get this thing working. All right, so we're here. Let's see. Let's go to, where's the stroke? Let's go with one, I guess. Ah, that's the wrong. Wait, what? Ah, okay, that's why. So the rounded rectangle. All right, there we go. We have our rounded rectangle, and let's do another one for hours. And let's go with, let's put some text on there. Let's go with hours. And let's zoom out on that. I'll just put this right here for now. Let's go with here. And no stroke on that. And move that over here. Something like that. And let's do the same thing for, let's go with minutes. And let's go here, here. And so we have hours, we have minutes. Let's see. A little bit. Oops. Make that a little bit bigger. And then move it over that way. All right, cool. So we have our hours and we have our minutes. And then maybe we could just make it like, open it up like that. Make it halfway. Make it halfway. There you go. So we have our hours, we have our minutes, and then let's pull up our story as well to see what were the requirements for the story. So let's go to, and let me make sure this is gonna go. There we go. All right, so let's go to, all right, so let's go to over here to see what are the requirements for the story once again. So So we want that the layout needs to include a field for entering the minutes spent on activity. The layout needs to include arrows for toggling the numbers up and down. The hours can only accept whole numbers. All right, we got all that. All right, so let's see if we. So let's get the little counter arrows. Let me see. Can I do? Guess I could do this one. So let's say we put that, and let's just for now make this black. Why is it going to the top? And then we can take this, and then we're going to move it down just a bit, and we're going to transform flip vertical, and we're going to take this and take that. We're going to copy that and move it over as well. So now we have where you can actually enter the field for your for hours, or you can use this to toggle up and down. I will default. No, I won't default it at anything, because I'll just let it be open for people to put in whatever they want. All right. So let's see. Oh, I was sorry. Oh, sorry. I was over here. So what I did was I added the little arrows to go up and down. We have this. And all this other stuff is staying the same. So we're going to have to be able to take the hours, take the minutes. So we then convert the hours into minutes, and then convert the minutes, and then add it so we take the hours. So whatever hours you put, so let's say you put 3 hours, we'd have to do the calculation of 3 times 60 to make 180 plus whatever minutes that are entered, and then it should feed through the rest of the formula. So yeah, I think that's a good game plan. And then probably by Monday we can start to separate this out to see how that's going to work. All right. Let me see anything else. Let me take a look at the. I think that's good. So let's say we zoom out in here. I think that's pretty good. I don't think there's, let me see. I don't think there's anything else we needed for that. And as long as as long as it accepts whole numbers on each field, we should be good. I mean, there is 10 minutes. Let me read the chat, and then I'll see if there's anything we can do in these 10 minutes. All right. So let's go to the chat. Let me go to full screen, but we have a good working foundation. I think we should be able to get this feature out pretty quickly, right? Hopefully within like a month or something like that, we should be able to get this feature out, add value. And then, like I was saying earlier, I think a good thought that I have for this is, let's use Rod Brown, for example, right? My guy, Rod Brown, a web developer, as well as other amazing things. You know what? Shut up. Thinking about Rod, Rod Brown has amazing content that he puts out on YouTube as well. I don't know if he wants me to share or not, but really enjoy some of the work that he does, and we're going to talk about that soon. I don't know, maybe I have to see what show we'll talk about it, but I really love the content that Rod Brown puts out. Very good stuff. So we'll talk about that soon, Rod Brown. So let me go to the chat. Let's go to the chat. Oh, before I go to that, like I was saying in my exam, and what I was going to say about Rod Brown before I got distracted about the amazing work that he does, right? So Rod Brown is a web developer, one of the many things that he does, right? So let's say he's trying to figure out how much he should charge. And he says, all right, this is going to take me, 3 hours and 27 minutes to do this. Right. And he's like, oh, well, it's good. So this calculator is going to tell him, okay, this is how much it's going to cost you to actually spend the time doing it. Now, what is the return, the ROI in real terms, the ROI that you, not the ROI to pay for people to get $25,000 for first time home buyers, but real ROI, what's going to be the return on my investment of spending this time, like investing my time into working on this? So he's like, okay, so what do I want it to be? So then he can say, all right, so based on how much an hour of my time is worth engaging in this activity, how much it's going to cost me, I can charge this amount for me to recuperate my time and to be well compensated in the process. All right. So that is like, so that's another feature that we can add to it. It says, okay, this is how much it's going to cost you to do this. What is it that you want to, like, how much, like, what do you want to make? What do you like, and figure out how you can price it hourly and things like that. So this is different things that we can use this for, as well as saving different calculations that you made, different calculators and stuff like that. So just throwing out ideas. If you have any ideas as well, please keep them coming, because I would love to implement those ideas as well. All right. And that's the power of Agile. That is the power of Agile. Anyhow, let's get to full screen. And let's check the chat, see what we got going on over here. So we have, Rod Brown says, Dylon, because I spit hot fire. Exactly. And it says, maybe I think too much, but can't believe people are falling for this.
Bruh.
I hear you, Mitch. I hear you. I hear you. I'll just say this, right? I was going to talk about it. Maybe I'll bring it up on Saturday again, right? But one of the earliest memories that I have from when I was a kid, I had to be like, so I was born in New York at 6 months, went to Haiti while my mom was finishing college. And so I was with my grandma and my dad. And I moved to Miami at like 3 years old, right? One of the earliest memories that I have is when I was in Haiti. I'm looking outside of the balcony of the house or whatever, and I remember a army truck driving up the street that we lived on with a bunch of like soldiers or whatever they were sitting in there, right? One of my and I've never seen that living here, where military vehicles just randomly drive by on a mission full of soldiers and stuff like that. And when I hear about, like, price controls and paying for stuff on ROI, I'm like, this doesn't sound good. I'm just saying, all right. And honestly, that's not the greatest first memory to have, is like you're seeing military trucks driving through your city and stuff like that, and like I've seen like, Hummers and stuff here, but that's because like we live close to an armory and stuff like that. But it's not like they were on a mission. They're just an armory, so I don't know. It says, in this situation, I think it's a mixture of brainwashed and gaslight. I don't know, Mitch. I mean, I think the I don't know. I have no idea. Like, I don't think it's brainwashed. I think it's just, I don't know. Rod Brown. I got whenever you like, I'm gonna talk to you, right? It says, yeah, it was like a big army truck, where kind of like the dump truck style army trucks, where they have like the open back, and they were just like soldiers that were sitting on both sides of it, just rolling through, crazy stuff. So I don't know. I remember, like, I'm telling, like, if I tell you some of the stuff that I remember from from Haiti, right? It's like, oops, wrong button. I remember gas shortages. I remember there was one time where I went down, like, and this is like in 2000 something, maybe 2009, 2010. I went down to help an organization that my dad was working for. He's still working for them. And then I couldn't leave because there were like flights got canceled because there were like riots in the street. Like, what if you think when you see like these Antifa riots and these burning down cities and stuff like that, and you're thinking that like this is a total, like, this is craziness and stuff like that. In other countries, that's every day, right? So I'm just saying, like, that's every day in other countries, right? Seeing tires burning in the street, people throwing rocks at each other, I mean, so I'm just saying, like, so when I hear some of these proposals, I'd be like, I don't know. Hearing people complaining like there's no food in the grocery stores, people having to flee the countries. And how does it start? Always by going after the upper class, right? The upper class. So think about this, Mitch. Think about this, Mitch. If you know how they love to demonize the 1%, right? And now, let's say they demonize 1% enough, either like that 1% flees the country, or they get jailed, right? There's always gonna be a 1%, and now they're gonna just keep attacking until you become the 1%, right? And they're gonna come, and they're gonna come for you too. They're gonna come for you. So that is it's interesting. It's interesting, right? It's interesting, like, how, because you haven't seen, like, you've seen it from, like, people see it from a distance, they don't really understand the what it can really devolve into, and then they blame other, and if things get so bad here, like, there is nowhere else to go. I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying. So let's see, let's get to the chat and then we will wrap it up. So Mitch says they were probably looking for me. They look like they were chilling. And also, like, and this was like 30 or 35 plus years ago, right? And now, if you see what's like the police over there, they're running for their lives. It is what it is. It is what it is. And we got Alexis in the building. Love my country, but, and you know what they say, anything that comes after the word but usually negates the first part. Not saying you don't love your country. I'm just saying it gets bad after the but, right? It gets bad after the but. But it's tough. You see, me, I'm gonna be honest with you, right? I've been here forever. I do not have that close affinity to Haiti like Alexis has, like, being from there, and my wife and stuff, my parents. I'd be like, it ain't nothing to me, like, but I understand that it holds a dear place in hearts. So I'd be like, people make their bed. You know, people make their bed. So I don't know. And let's see, your car in the building. We got some your car. We went over a little bit about the job, the payroll numbers being revised drastically. So we're definitely going to be talking about that in depth on Saturday morning. And Mitch, do you remember? I don't know if you saw this part, Mitch, but do you remember a few months ago on Talk That Tech, they were talking about the non-compete ban that the FCC had enforced? Well, a federal judge in Texas has put a stop to it. They put a halt to it. So that's probably gonna that might get appealed. But remember, the election is around the corner, and if depending on how the outcome, that thing might be done away with. It might be done away with. So we have to keep an eye out for that, right? Mitch says, the 1%, I don't have a problem with another thing I don't understand. I don't have a problem with that. That's another thing I don't understand. You always need an enemy, Mitch. You always need a boogeyman. You always need a boogeyman. And who's going to be the boogeyman? The people who are uncommon, you know? So if that's how it goes. That's how it goes. Like Mitch, you from where you're from, the same way from where I'm from, where your car's from where Raw Juice is from, you are the 1%. And that's why you are a target. Like I told you in the past. That's why it makes you a target. If you were just like everybody else, no one would care about you. But being that you are the 1%, because there's always going to be a 1% somewhere. Being that you are the 1%, you become a target. You know, so you don't understand it because you are the 1%. That's why you don't understand it. But if you were not, you'd be looking at it like, oh, yeah, you know, they're just that way. They're just that way. They don't care about us. They don't care about us. They only care about themselves. That's what they say about them. They only care about themselves. While they pay your salary, they pay a whole bunch of other stuff. So I'm just saying. 35. Dang, you an OG triple double times 2 squared OG. I got you. I got you. Let's see. It says, yeah, in September, I was supposed to stop September, October. Now that's no more. So that means if the ban is no longer happening, then you don't have to be the chief data the chief data engineer anymore, right? So I can demote you back to a senior, right? So just thinking. So Mitch might get demoted. Because if the non-compete ban is no longer in effect, I do not have to keep him at chief level, at the C-suite level anymore. So keep that in mind. All right. So that's it for today. Mitch says, that's why I wanted to stay with the people. You told me no, you're mean. And you know what? And you're just, it's for your own good, Mitch. It is for your own good. All right. With that being said, we're going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Another one in the books, another amazing show in the morning. Coffee and Kata. Remember, we have At Noon coming out today. It's going to be, is DevOps engineer the right role for me? I actually love DevOps. I thought about getting into DevOps back in the days, but you know, I kind of do it a little bit, but we're going to talk about that more at noon. So I look to see you in the chat. I'll be in the chat. Your car will be in the chat. Mitch, maybe. Alexis will be in the chat. I hope, you know. But we're going to talk about it there. Very, very good stuff. Very, very good stuff, right? And lastly, Mitch says, but did you see the CEO of Fenty is going to Victoria's Secret? I did not. I don't follow Victoria's Secret. I don't follow Fenty. I don't follow none of that stuff, you know. So I didn't see it. Mitch, I get a lot of my news from you. You know, I get a lot of my news from you. I didn't know. Your card, did you know? Alexis, did you know? Rod Brown, did you know that Little John was at the DNC yesterday? I had no idea. Mitch let me know this morning. So, you know, with that being said, I will, do I have it? With that being said, I will say, in honor of Little John and the DNC, we'll end it with this.
Let's go! Let's go!
And on that note, this is Tech Coach Ralph in the morning. We are out.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again. Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.